Hello, everybody, and welcome. In the last episode, we continued our recent good form and we climbed the table. The question is, have we continued that good form or has it come to a shuddering halt? Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 40 of To Be a Legend FM 26 style. We started the series and are still managing Radcliffe, known as the Borough, for FM 26. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have two more games in League 2. It's match days 14 and 15. I think we got the match day wrong in the last episode. I'm not quite sure how that happened. But today we are at home on both games again, Port Vale and then Grimsby, as we try and continue our recent good form. The question is, have we continued that since you were last with us? We've played two games, and if you remember in the last episode, we managed to win in the Virtue Trophy against Manchester United to qualify for the knockout stages, and then we only managed a draw against Notts County, but the question is, have we continued that form? We have continued an unbeaten form, as you will see. We played Southend at Roots Hall. It was a board draw, but a tough match all the same, and we didn't play badly in that match. As you will see, Harvey Cartwright kept them out. We have 54% of the possession, 17 shots, 8 on target, 1.86. They had 9 shots, 4 on target, 0.53. We just could not find a way through. Their goalkeeper having a splendid day in goal. Both goalkeepers playing extremely well, and it was him pretty much that provided us, or didn't provide us, with a win. We tried our best, but again, having trouble against flat back threes. We seem to struggle, and let's hope none of the other teams that we play today get downwind of that, because if they do, we could find ourselves having a little bit of a trouble. But we were back to winning ways against Peterborough at the Western Home Stadium. Danny Angel getting 4 goals in this game. He scored inside the first minute, and then it was goals from Angel, provided by Doyle, and then 2 from Francis. Half time, it was 3-0, and Danny Angel adding a 4th on 56 minutes. Pretty much kept them to bay, as you'll see. Greens all the way around the team, playing extremely well. It was only Shackelford that didn't pick up a yellow average rating for that game. 18 shots, 9 on target, half, 2.31 on the XG. They had 10 shots, 7 on target, 0.63. And, well, we did an extremely good job and kept a clean sheet as well. That's brought you up to date. Where's it left us in the table? Well, we've moved up to 3rd place on equal points to Carlisle. We closed the goal difference by that 4-0 win. We've actually closed the goal difference a little bit to just 5, but they still have a slightly superior goal difference to us. And Bristol Rovers still leading the pack, 6 points in front of ourselves, and Carlisle. Salford are in 4th place, also on 24 points. But they have a goal difference of just 3. They've won, drawn and lost the same amount as us. So that's how it stands going into today's episode. I can give you one bit of news. We've tried to renew the contract for Danny Angel, which you would want to do because he's playing extremely well. He's not interested, basically. And it looks like Cambridge may come in for him in January. So we've got a dilemma. Do we let him go for 400,000, or do we let him go for nothing at the end of the season? Or do we gamble that at the actually end of the season, if we do get promoted, he might change his mind and stay? It's all a gamble. If you've got an idea what best to do, drop me a comment down below and we'll see what we can do. Right, let's get on with it. Let's get into it. Our first opponents today are Port Vale in League 2. If we go back to League 2, have a quick look at where they are. They are currently in 6th place in the league. They've won 2, drawn 2 and lost just 1 of their last 5 matches, drawing their last match that they played. Can we go and beat them today? Let's hope so. And here is the side that faces Port Vale in this League 2 match. It's match day 14, and we've got a pretty much unchanged side to the side that beat Peterborough in the week. We have Cartwright in goal. It's Robinson, Goodman and Shackelford across our defensive line, with Doyle and O'Connell in midfield. Whittingham, Ibrahimov and Francis as our attacking midfield, with Danny Angel leading the attack up front. Can he add to his 10 goals he's scored so far this season? We will find out. The bench looking like this: Max Thompson, Byrne, Robinson, Mary, Gordon, Harper and Brannigan. And here we are back at Stainton Park for this one, playing our familiar formation of 4-2-3-1. Port Vale playing a 4-3-3 today. They've made 5 changes from the side that drew 1-1 with Carlisle at home. And they are 6th on 22 points, but they've only played 12 games. They have a game in hand. And Danny Angel getting us underway. You may hear rain on the window here as it's raining. And headed away. Clark picking the ball up. This is rain on the window here in the studio, but as it stands, we've got a dry day for football. Whittingham out wide. Robinson. Angel through to Ibrahimov. Ibrahimov pulls a save out of the goalkeeper. A corner on that far side. Paul Doyle with the corner. It's a deep one. Headed away, but Francis got that all wrong. As we enter the last 5 minutes of this first half. Robinson with the ball. Doyle. Angels took a shot and it's clattering around there. And Jack Robinson brings it under control. Chips this one in, looking for a head. Didn't find it. Ibrahimov, Shackelford, O'Connell, Doyle, Francis off the woodwork. We can't get much closer than that. And we've tried all sorts in this first half and not found a way through, which is a bit disappointing. With 2 minutes added on at the end of this first half, it is at an end, and we've dominated that first half. They've had 1 shot, nothing on target in that first half. If we lose this match, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. The goalie, Morassi, has done very, very well. We've had 70% of the possession. We've had 13 shots, 7 on target, 50%, 1.04. I don't know that we could have done much more apart from score. And we are underway for the second half, and Port Vale getting us underway. They've actually managed to get a shot on target now. Robinson. Oh, and it was a poor ball from Robinson. The ball given away. And like I said, I will be really annoyed if we concede here, because we've done everything. Hepton Murphy still got the ball. Cross this. He's like, ooh, that wasn't far away. Ball crossed in. Goalkeeper punches it away. Mary, who's come on. O'Connell to Shackelford. Shackelford back to Goodman. Shackelford. Goodman. Looking for a way through. Francis. Patience will win overall. Francis! Sana Marshall Francis. His 3rd goal in 12 matches. And, well, he didn't seem to be doing too much. We did toy with the idea of taking him off, but decided not to. And Danny Angel putting it into space for Francis. And Francis chipping it almost past the goalkeeper. And on 64 minutes... we finally take the lead. A free kick. I thought it was going to be a corner, but free kick ensues. Mary with the free kick. Oh, it's gone in. George Goodman gets, I think, his debut goal for us. I'm not sure he scored before. Oh, he has. Says down the bottom, 2 goals in 8. He has scored before. Oh, dear. Mary with this free kick, and on 72 minutes we take a 2-goal lead. Goodman completely unmarked and beats Morossi in the Port Vale goal. I was just looking to do another change. I just clicked on it, and well, highlight came up again. Sorry about the noise on the window. It's really hammering down here. Hector Murphy goes running. He's done a lot since he's come on, and puts that into space, and they've got one back. Hector Murphy causing all sorts of trouble. I think we need to put him to bed. Hall putting it into space for Bradbury, and Bradbury beating Cartwright at the near post, which should never happen. They have a free kick, and danger ensues. Otherwise, we wouldn't have seen the free kick, I'm guessing. Hector Murphy into Sharak. His space, he's got bags of space, but his shot was wide of the mark. Morossi with the ball. Launches a long one for a goal kick. Robinson heads it down to Brannigan. Brannigan out wide to Abragimov. Abragimov. Robinson. Mary again. Looking for a way through. Nearly lost that ball. Goodman. Goodman finds Robinson. Robinson chips one over the top looking for a Danny Angel. And it's fallen into midfield. Now we're in trouble. Goes out wide. Baldwin. Lomax. Around his man into space, and Robinson had his arm up for an offside, but I think he possibly was, but stayed onside. And Danny Angel not winning those balls, so we've given it away. Baldwin over the top. This finds Hall. Ooh, it's crossed in. Oh, no. And Hector Murphy gets the equaliser. Well, very disappointing in all. In fact, I'm not sure we're seeing. Once again, we have they've got a problem with their replays going on here. As we enter the 90th minute, 5 minutes added on. It's looking like a draw. And it would have been nice to pick up another win, but a draw looks most likely. And Port Vale come back into this match. It is all over. And that man, Hepton, what's his face, Murphy, did us lots of damage when he come on. And yeah, up until then, we controlled the match. And it all went a bit wonky after that. 64% of the possession, 23 shots, 12 of which were on target. They had 11 shots, 6 on target and 36% of the possession. A draw, it has to be. And we've lost a little bit of ground on the front runners. Well, Bristol Rovers continue their unbeaten run at the top of the table and open a bigger gap. Well, still 6 points over Carlisle, but a bigger gap over us. It's now 8 points as they get a 2-0 win against Shrewsbury. And then we obviously drew 2-2 with Port Vale. Carlisle beating Walsall by 3-1. That Regan Linney again scoring a hat-trick. And well, that's where we're at. Salford only managing a draw as well, so they don't overtake us at this stage of the proceedings. Salford 0-0, a draw against Grimsby Town, our next opponents, and Notts County getting a win, which has moved them up into 5th place. We did see Notts County there at the top there, 4-2 over Barnet, and Port Vale, of course, only managing to get a draw against us. And I'm guessing Southend must have lost because they've slipped down the table. They did. They lost 2-0 to Gillingham. So the table looks like this at the end of the match day 14. Port Vale still with a game in hand and could overtake us if they win that game in hand. Bristol Rovers top on 33, Carlisle second on 27, ourselves and Salford on 25 in 3rd and 4th place respectively, and we need to keep pumping away. Notts County right behind us on 24 points, and then come Port Vale on 23, and then there are 4 teams on 22, Southend, Grimsby, Bradford and Tranmere. So with Grimsby coming up next, they're in 8th place. Games don't get any easier. We've got 4 days down to the game against Grimsby Town. Sky Bet League 2 match day 15. Well, you come back and join me just ahead of the game against Grimsby Town at Stainton Park. Little bits of news for you before we look at Grimsby Town. I have been offered and been for an interview for a job with Bolton Wanderers just up the road. So we'll see how that progresses. We could be changing clubs for the first time, I have to say, in a long time in this particular type of save. And of course, it's not like our from the bottom to the top where we stick with the same team and move our way up through the leagues. This one, if the jobs come along in real life and you wouldn't turn them down, then we will move on. And it's possible we might be moving on to Bolton Wanderers. More news about that if and when it happens. Grimsby Town, our opponents today, they are on an 8-game unbeaten run themselves at the moment. And they are sitting very nicely in the table. Where are we? 10th. They've slipped down because of games being played ahead of today. There's games on Tuesday night and Wednesday night. And as you'll see, Bristol Rovers have actually lost for the 2nd time this season, losing to Peterborough by 1-0. They are top on 33. Carlisle have closed the gap by winning their game. And Notts County have moved above us by winning their game. So a win today would put us back above Notts County by a point, 2 points behind Carlisle and some 5 points behind Bristol Rovers. Can we go and do it? Let's go and see. And hopefully this is the side that will do it. Cartwright is in goal. It's Robinson, Goodman and Shackelford. Our defensive line, Doyle and Mary are in midfield. Glendon dropping to the bench. Elliott making a start on the left of midfield. Brannigan in the centre of midfield. Bragamoff moves to the right for a change, and Angel leads the attack up front. The bench then looks like this. It's Thompson, O'Connell, Robinson, Glendon, Gordon, Whittingham and Francis. And for our second game at Stainton Park in a row, and it's night time here, playing our usual formation of 4-2-3-1. They are playing a 4-3-3, which did us not so good against Port Vale. They're making 5 changes from the side that drew 0-0 with Salford in their last match, and they're currently 10th on 22 points. They're playing in black and white stripes today, with black shorts. And they get the game underway. Ball cut out in midfield, but given away. And the highlight looks like it's going to continue, which is always a bit of a worry, into space. But Robinson is there to tidy up. Plays it to Robinson. Goodman out to Shackelford. Shackelford comes down this right wing. Shackelford puts it into space for Brannigan, but it's too far, too hard. Goal kick ensues, and the highlight continues. Cook Swings this one out to Sweeney. Kahuri. Kahuri's run into space. Kahuri ran his man. Has a go, but Cartwright collects very neatly. And the highlight still continues. Goodman. Goodman back to Cartwright. Looks like a free kick. It is, and it's Paul Doyle with the free kick. Swung in back post, straight into the arms of Cook. I think it was Angel that headed it in, possibly. I'm not sure. Shackelford crossed this ball. It's headed away. And we've not found a way through. It's been a pretty uneventful game so far as we head to the half-hour mark. And we want it to, in one respect, to stay. Oh, that's in. Kabia has come back off the woodwork and not gone in somehow or other. A corner from Mary. Mary to Brannigan. Brannigan round his man, pulls it back to Mary. Mary has a shot, but it's blocked by the defence. Back out to Mary. Mary into the area, cross it in. Angel couldn't, well, he could get his shot away, but it was blocked by the defender. Mary gets another chance at the corner. This time it's a long one. Near post, headed away. Brannigan, Mary. Back to Brannigan. Brannigan crosses it in, but it's not curling away enough. Inside the last 5 minutes of this first half. And it's out to Sweeney again. O'Doer. Sweeney. Kahuri. Collins. Comes forward. Kabir. And it was only a matter of time. He's had a few goes. And this time he scores. And we go a goal behind on 44 minutes. Well timed. And Kabir through the legs of Cartwright. Just berated the team. 1 minute added on at the end of this first half. It is half time. And we are a goal behind at half time. 51% of the possession. 5 shots, 3 on target for Grimsby. We've had 11 shots, 5 of which have been on target. 1.20 against their 0.71. I suggest we should be in front. We've just not got the shots on target that we need. Danny Angel getting us underway for the second half. No changes that I'm aware of. Jack Robinson with a free kick as we try and get back on terms. Ibragimov, who's on this wing for this half. We've switched wings for him. Ibragimov crosses in, looking for Danny Elliott. Didn't find him. And Goodman off his feet. Doyle goes for a run. Doyle! It's off the woodwork! Still alive. Mary. Mary now. Can he recycle this? Mary. Inside her. Bragimov. Bragimov goes out wide. Robinson winning that defensive header. Goodman. Shackelford. Shackelford. Inside to Elliott. Elliott plays it to Goodman. Goodman to Shackelford. Shackelford crosses ball in. Oh, and then Bragimov should have had. He had a free header there. Doyle on the ball. Goes out wide to Shackelford. Shackelford, who's gone on a run. Round his man. Shackelford pulls it back for Danny Elliott. Cross it in. But it's defended well. And Burns comes away with the ball. Collins. We go 2 behind here. We are in trouble. Burns puts it in space for Kaliba. Good save by Cartwright. Burns with the corner. Danger's not over yet. And Cartwright comes out and collects. He's commanded that position so far this season. And that's why Thompson hasn't really had a look in. Elliott. Doyle. Shackelford. Shackelford to Elliott. Elliott to Doyle. Goodman. Robinson to Robinson. Mary out to Ibragimov. Ibragimov into the area. He's going all the way. He went all the way. And we've levelled it up on 63. And Ibragimov, well, a solo effort, if ever I saw one. Goodman out to Robinson. Robinson played it to Robinson. Robinson to Mary. Mary put it out wide to Ibragimov. And defender was calling for support. Didn't have it. Ibragimov went into the area. Nobody came to him and decided that he'd have a go on his own and caught them all out. What an individual goal. As we enter the last 5 minutes of this second half, looking for a winner. 5 minutes added on, and we've had plenty of chances. And you could say, once again, we've not taken them. And Danny Angel not on form today, and it's going to finish as a draw. But I guess a draw is better than nothing. They had 9 shots, 4 on target, 1.20. We had 20 shots, 10 of which were on target, 1.75. We should have won that game with any shadow of a doubt. And I don't think that's helped us. Well, the day's results, and as I said, Bristol Rovers losing against Peterborough. Only the second time this season that they've lost. Carlisle beating Shrewsbury by 4-2 to close the gap on the front runners, with Notts County beating Tranmere by 2-0. They've managed to climb above us, so we were in third, dropped down to fourth by virtue of our 1-1 draw against Grimsby Town. Had we beaten Grimsby Town, we would have gone up above them again. Now on equal points with Port Vale, and Port Vale have a game in hand, which is even more ghouling news. Port Vale beating Salford by 1-0. Southend moved to just 1 point behind us, beating Walsall by 4-0. And Salford, that loss against Port Vale means they've dropped down to 7th place, both on 25 points. So very tight at the top. Of course, 3 go up. So by now, if we'd kept that form going, I would have hoped that we would have actually been in a position where we would have actually closed closed the gap, but opened a bit of a gap up above the teams that are behind us. I mean, our form has gone somewhat wonky. 4 draws, 1 win in the last 5, and we did have 5 green lines across there, and it's all gone a bit strange. Having said all of that, we still haven't lost, which our unbeaten run goes now to something like 12 or 13 games. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 games. So there we are. We're going to come straight back. We have a Emirates FA Cup first round game against National League North Chester, who when we played them a couple of seasons ago, beat them twice in that. I'd like to think we would go and beat them again. And then we face Shrewsbury, who are at the bottom end of the table. And I'm hoping that it's an opportunity to pick up 6 points. Fingers crossed. I hope you can join me for that. If you've enjoyed today's episode, though, then don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That'll keep you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend as they are released. And new episodes To Be a Legend released every Monday and Thursday at the moment at 4:15 p.m. Best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on the channel is to follow me on X at JustOffside2. And the other good reason for doing that is it will also tell you when our brand new series is coming out. Our brand new series should start next Tuesday with an announced who we are going to manage on Friday this week. Tomorrow, in fact, so look out for that. Monday will be To Be a Legend, and then Tuesday will be our brand new series. Hope you can join me for that. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 41 of To Be a Legend. Will we still be at Radcliffe, or will we have moved on to another side? Join me next time and find out. Goodbye.